All right, guys, today we're going to talk about drawing vectors. So the first thing we need to know is why we use vectors. The last unit, I know I harped upon what a vector was. So this unit, we need to discuss why we use vectors, and they're going to become extremely important to us as we move on to two-dimensional kinematics. So we start graphing things in it, or we start looking at things with an x and a y variable. So we use vectors because vectors allow us to draw and model, whoa dear, and model situations in multiple dimensions. So in the last unit, we talked about vectors and we said that they had a magnitude and a direction. But we didn't really get into how to draw them and what we use them for. And we talked a lot about vectors in one dimension, but we needed to be able to use vectors in two dimensions. So this first lecture is on how to draw them. What are the steps to drawing them? So the first step is at the very bottom of this ladder, and step one is to draw the compass. So the compass is your X and Y axis here in the middle. So I'm going to draw my compass. All right, my compass is drawn. Step number 2 when we're drawing a vector is we want to start at the center. Because the center is 0, 0. So if this was your compass, there's your center. It's the 0, 0. So if I was going to draw vector A, and I'm just going to underline this in pink because I'm going to draw vector A in pink down here. I'm going to start right here. Step number 3 is to measure the correct angle with a protractor. If you don't have a protractor, you can send me an email, or you can go to Walmart or the Dollar Tree and grab one. This is what a protractor looks like. And we need to measure the correct angle with that protractor. So in a protractor, you have this dot in the center. You're going to line that center dot up. It usually has 2 lines coming either way, so you know that's your center line. And you're going to line it up. So this first one says my angle is north. So I'm going to go 3.1 centimeters north. So north is dead 90 degrees. So I'm going to measure that angle with the protractor. I'm going to put a dot right here at 90 degrees. Step number 4 is to draw a thin line. So draw it once. Yes, don't do this. That's not what I want to see. That's not going to work. And I combined 4 and 5 together, so I'm going to go ahead and give you step 5. Step 5 is to measure with a ruler. All right? So down here, number A, or vector A, says it needs to be 3.1 centimeters north. So I marked my 90 degrees. I'm going to line my protractor up from the vertex to my mark. And I need to draw my line up 1, 2, 3.1. Okay, I've got a straight line. It's at 90 degrees from my vertex. Now I need to finish it off with an arrow and label it. So when I say finish it off with a small arrow, That is a small arrow. This, I don't need any drawn in arrows like that. That's not going to work. And then this doesn't even have an arrow, so that's not a vector. So that's not going to work either. Needs to look something like that. And then I'm going to label it. That was A. So I'm going to put A with its vector hat above it. All right, I'm going to grab another color and I'm going to do one more with you. And then I'm going to let you do the rest on your own. And I will put the answers up. All right, so B is 1.9 centimeters southeast. So southeast, never eat stale wheat. So southeast is at a 45 degree there. So I'm going to set up my protractor. I'm going to measure 45 degrees and I'm going to put a little mark. And it says I want it to be 1.9 centimeters. So I am going to line up my protractor using the centimeter part with my vertex and my dot. I'm going to draw my line out 1.9 centimeters. I'm going to give it its arrow and I'm going to give it its name. All right. Number C can be confusing. So number C says it's 1.5 centimeters north, 20 degrees west. So we're going to start at the center. I'm going to go to the correct angle. So I'm going to go north, and then I'm going to go 20 degrees west of north. So 10, 20 degrees west of north. I'm going to move my protractor. I'm going to set up my angle, and I like to put the 0 at the vertex to make my life easy. And I want to go 1.5 centimeters. Draw my arrow and give it a name. All right, let's look at D. D says I need to go 2.8 centimeters, 30 degrees west of south. All right, so I'm going to go south is my main direction. So I'm going to set up my protractor. I know I'm going south. Got it all lined up with my vertex. And I'm going to go 30 degrees west of south. So if this is dead south, I'm going to go 10, 20, 30 degrees west. I put my dot. I'm going to measure. I'm going to line up my protractor. I'm going to measure 2.8 centimeters. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to give it an arrowhead and a name. All right, that is all I have for vectors.